What is going on, everyone? It was day 2 of mandatory minicamp for the Houston Texans, and we have a few things to talk about. There was a move along the defensive line. The Houston Texans have extended Maliek Collins to a 2-year deal. They beef up the defensive line. Maliek Collins absolutely deserves that. We'll talk about that in a second. Now that there was an open quarterback battle according to head coach DeMeco Ryans, we had to keep a close eye on second overall pick CJ Stroud and third-year quarterback Davis Mills. I don't know why there's a QB battle, so we're going to talk about how the day went. But before we do, welcome everyone to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calvillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content. Follow me on Twitter at 713HSP. On Instagram, it is 713 Houston Sports. Now, this is from Adam Scheffner. Texans are signing defensive tackle Maliek Collins to a 2-year, $23 million extension that includes $20 million guaranteed. The deal was negotiated by Texans GM Nick Caserio and Director of Football Administration Andrew Brown with Collins agents Drew Rosaris and Ryan Matha. Big time money for Maliek Collins. Some fans are kind of upset that he got a lot of money. However, he was the most consistent interior lineman the past 2 years for the Houston Texans. As we know, this defensive line has been horrible the past couple of seasons. Last in the league in run defense, cannot get to the quarterback. But the one bright spot was Maliek Collins. This is from my guy Texans Thoughts. Texans Maliek Collins has earned himself this extension. 2021 plus 2023 season, 64 tackles, 21 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, 52 pressures, only 3 missed tackles. The 3-tech DT is crucial role in DeMeco Ryans and Collins' skill set fits the road to a T, key piece for H-Town. He gets the bag. He absolutely deserves it. I am excited what Maliek Collins and Sheldon Rankings are going to do. They're going to get their one-on-one matchups. Our boy In-Depth Drew, he says that Maliek Collins had a 22% win rate. That is going to be exciting to see this season. Big shout out to Maliek Collins for getting that extension. Now let's talk about how the quarterbacks did. And according to head coach DeMeco Ryans, there is a quarterback competition. And we start with Davis Mills, who the past couple of practices he has been getting some praise. But today it looks like his praise finally came to an end. Brooks Cabina said Davis Mills on the second team stalling 2-minute drill. He hurled a long 4th down that was almost picked by MJ Stewart. Turnover on downs. He follows that up by saying they respotted the ball at the 17 and tried again. Another turnover on downs. Derek Rivers and Brian Corwart with would-be sacks. It kind of feels like whenever the pressure is added to Davis Mills, he starts to crumble. Like I mentioned before, he's put together a nice couple of practices, right? I think just yesterday he had a couple of touchdowns thrown. But now that it was announced that there was this quarterback competition, maybe it's getting to them, right? I talked about this yesterday. You give Davis Mills a false hope that he could maybe win the starting job. And now we are seeing right here, he's already going through struggles. But also, it is day 2. We could literally hear tomorrow that Davis Mills lit it up. But as of right now, it doesn't look good for number 10. And now we talk about the second overall pick, CJ Stroud. He threw his first interception, and safety Eric Murray took it back to the crib. These are the rookie mistakes that we are going to see. It is crazy, though, that this is the first practice that CJ Stroud has thrown an interception. And I talked about it before. When we hear that CJ Stroud makes a mistake, he doesn't make it twice. This is from DJ Bieniemy. Quarterback CJ Stroud bounced back in a big way during 2-minute drill. Score 17-21. CJ went 6 for 7 with a touchdown throw to Dalton Schultz on 3rd and 8 inside the 20 with 12 seconds remaining. Good work, Texans. He follows that up and says, first session of team, CJ Stroud goes 4 for 4, 2 passes to Nico Collins, Devin Singletary, and Noah Brown. Best throw of the session was over the middle to Collins. It was a 2nd and 17 after a sack and a false start, but Stroud fired a dart over the middle on time to Nico Collins to get the first. Every single practice, we are hearing that CJ Stroud and Nico Collins have been making big plays. I talked about CJ and Tank Dell being your QB and wide receiver one of the future. But what if it's CJ Stroud and Nico Collins? And we talked about Nico many times before. Entering year 3, third head coach, third offensive coordinator. You have to prove yourself that you are part of the plans for the Houston Texans. And so far, it has looked like Nico Collins has been dominating every single practice. I cannot wait to go to training camp and see that. You guys let me know how you feel about today's events for the Houston Texans. We hear great things about CJ, some not so good things about Davis Mills, and Nick Caserio beefed up the defensive line. You guys have a very blessed Wednesday. Check out my podcast, Believe Tonight. Go Texans. Have a very blessed day.